and welcome to Rolling with Reviews. I'm Will, and with me as always is the squishy berry herself,
Sarah.
And today we're looking at Everdell, the base game. Sarah, tell us a bit about this game.
All right, in Everdell, players will settle new territories in the valley through tableau building and worker placement. Players will collect resources, build buildings, hire characters to live and work in their villages. The player with the most points after 4 seasons wins the game. All right, well, so why did we get this?
So we were keeping an eye on this, and then when enough stuff came out, we were like, we can wait for a completed collection.
Yeah.
Then when it showed up, we did not have the budget.
It was very poor timing for us.
Yes. Fortunately, someone did come along, and they were selling a sealed copy of the complete collection that just needed to move it out.
Needed to move it out.
And at that time, we did have the budget for it.
Yeah, thankfully enough time had passed. They were like, we have the money. Yay, let's give it a shot.
Yes, so everything about it looked like stuff we'd like, from the IP to the mechanics of the game, so we picked it up.
Yep. So what do we like about the game? Well, it is a production. I mean, the cute meeples, the art, and just all the resources. Everything about this is just almost over the top production.
Yes, and that's saying something, because not only did we get this, but we played the base game, and we immediately threw like 50 more bucks for the advanced vessels that hold the resources.
The resource vessels.
To up the production just that much more.
It was, say, in my personal opinion, that should have been in the box, but then again, it would have been $50 more, because otherwise, you're having the resources in little baggies in each of the wells of the organizer, and that's just no way to go about it.
Yeah, setup is faster, plus it does a really good thing with the special leaf holders. They hold up the cards so that you can look at them rather than have them laying flat, where you have to reach over, pick them up, look at them, put them back. So that was really nice. But yes, we love the production, and we just threw more money. That they've created for the game for more production.
Right. And thank goodness, we do enjoy the gameplay. It does have a lot of mechanisms that we like, Yeah,
if it wasn't for the mechanisms being as solid as they were, I don't think we would have thrown another $50 at it.
We definitely had to enjoy the game, what we were doing. Like I said, all the mechanisms of worker placement, resource management, tableau building, the way the cards work together, all of it is a really good wrapped up package.
Yes.
Also, we really enjoy the 2-player game just because there's less competition for doing things. So if you want to know more about that, watch our Rolling with 2 video. And then for you, Will, the balance.
I trust the balance in this game. There is some small rules that you have to keep in mind, like if you're building a unique creature, it can be the only one in your city. That one...
that name.
That named thing... tripped us up on several games.
Yeah, but it was always a new card, so at least it wasn't the same exact card.
It was so much going on that small little rules, details like that kept slipping by us. So, but if you can follow the rules of the game, this game is extremely well balanced. It's very well thought out. Critters cost berries. Buildings and constructions cost materials, and materials are broken down into wood, resin, and stone. And there's even a rarity to that. There's a lot of thought. Plus, your city can only be 15 cards, combination of critters and creatures that take spots, unless there's abilities that let you ignore that. The game is balanced.
Yes.
And when they add things, it's balanced. Problem is, when they add things, the balance doesn't lead to fun.
Yeah, so there are going to be some issues. You'll have to watch our expansion videos to see where some of those balance issues come up.
Yes, but I like the fact with an IP that's this light and carefree, they don't just go, oh, I'm going to be loose with the rules.
That's true.
And throw sloppy design. This is not a sloppy design.
Right. Just sometimes it's a bit too tight for its own good.
Right. It balanced out the fun.
They kind of balanced out the fun in some of the aspects.
Yes.
So speaking of the balance, there's this game flow that we've never seen in any other game that we've played. Maybe it exists in other games, but the fact is, yes, everybody starts at the same point, but people don't stay at the same point. So you might be able to do more or less during the first season, which is the first round. When you're done, you move on to the next season. And we've had some really weird games where I'm moving into the last season, which is the fourth round.
And I'm just getting out of spring.
And you're still in the second season. And I'm like, did I do something wrong? Because it feels so weird.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, maybe some of those games, I really did lose. But it's just this really different balance of people are not in the same point of the game.
Yeah, you choose your own pace.
Yes. Which is weird because it is not a race to the finish game. So in some respects, if you are the person going faster, you may not be doing as well, but not always.
Right.
So yeah, it's just weird. It's different.
You play at your own pace, and hey, if you're done, go make yourself a sandwich.
Yeah, I guess
Or
so.
some squishy berries.
Squishy berries. Okay, so that's everything that we like about the base game. What do we not like about the game? Like you said, there's just a lot of details, and we just kept missing them.
Yes.
We did finally play a correct game with the last expansion that we played.
Yeah, but we made a mistake on the base game. We made a mistake on Belfair. We made a mistake on Pearlbrook. We made a mistake on Spirecrest. So our fifth game.
Finally with New Leaf.
That one did not fall down and fall into the swamp. That one stood and...
But we're talking also minor things like forgetting that a critter is unique and you can only have one copy in your city. Now, granted, that could have a big effect. I'm pretty sure the first game where you had...
two shopkeepers.
Two shopkeepers. They give you a berry after you play a critter. He was basically playing critters for free.
Yes.
So he won handily.
Right.
Because he was playing wrong and I didn't catch it.
Yeah, and Pearlbrook, there was... Your frog ambassador can go to certain spots, but you need to qualify for them. So
we both played that wrong.
Yeah, those are the minor types of things. I think in the base game, since that's what we're focused on,
yes,
it's mostly that unique creatures
and constructions.
One of that type of name is all you can have in your city.
Yeah.
Unless you get rid of it, and then you can make a new one.
And the real problem here, this goes back to the accessibility. The word unique or common is written in small text under the name of the person or place.
Yeah, which is why it never popped.
Right, and so you can easily miss that.
Yeah.
The other thing is there are a lot of cards. So again, in a two-player game, it's really hard to get cards that synergize. And that is most of the time the most effective way to play the game. Not necessarily, but you can get more plays if you can put the building down first and then play the critter for it for free rather than having to pay for everything.
Yeah, now there are multiple copies, so there are chances if you get some card drawing and cycling going, you could see it. So it's something that I think they design more for the replayability.
Yes.
Than they expect you to play perfectly.
Yeah. And then there's just a lot of stickers. This may be unique to the complete collection because I honestly don't know how available stickers were.
I believe it came through all the expansions, which is why because with the complete collection, it's like, well, why didn't they just go with a screen printed meeple? It's like, well, they wanted to stick with what they've been doing all this time, which was stickers.
Right. So there's just a lot of stickers. So again, just put them on at your own pace as you play them.
If you choose to play with them.
If you choose to use the stickers, yep.
Yes.
Okay, who is this for? So let's talk about the base game, whether you're getting it in the complete collection or you're getting it by itself.
Yes. When it comes to, I want to tackle by itself.
Okay, by itself.
Is that it's still a lot of production, so it's going to have a lot more cost than other games of the same weight. So for that reason, the more intermediate and hardcore gamers who are used to paying more for games, that's probably the sweet spot.
Right.
It's not that a beginner can't be learned and taught the game.
Yes.
It's just having them being recommended to buy the game might be a big ask.
Yeah, it's much better to try it first if you can. Make sure if you're just starting out into games, this is one of those games you definitely want to try. Make sure you like it because there's a lot of different mechanisms going on. And if there's one mechanism in there that you just really hate, it could ruin the whole game for you.
Yeah.
And you don't want to be spending a lot of money on that, to have that result. So when it comes to the complete collection, what we say is watch our final roll video. It will come out after all the expansion videos have been posted. And in there, we're going to say who exactly this complete collection is for and who it is not for.
Yes.
Okay, our ratings.
So for our ratings, we each have 1d6 worth of ratings to give. 1 is low, 6 is high. We give a number, reason why, add them together, and see what it rolled for us. Sarah, what did Everdell, the base game, roll for you?
It rolled a 4. I really do enjoy the game. I really love the production. It's not a perfect game. There's still some things that are just kind of slightly, I wouldn't say lackluster, but just not as engaging. And again, now that we've played more and other expansions, I have something to compare it to. So I think it's a really solid base game, but it is definitely one where now that we have the complete collection, I will always be wanting to play with certain expansion things, which we'll talk about in future videos.
For me, I feel the base game was a 5. It was a very solid experience. Through and through, good balance, good pacing, fantastic production, and it was one that once I was done playing, I wanted to play again.
That's true. We did, and we really did play. I mean, one weekend we played like 3 games.
Yes.
That's a lot for us.
Yes. So 9 out of 12, solid score for a solid game.
Yes.
All right, that will do it for us. And Sarah.
Yes.
In your town of... you had some sort of Flower Bell?
I did Flower Bell. Yes, my town is called Flower Bell.
Yes. What is the key feature that brings people to your little city?
Well, there is a giant statue in the middle of the square in the town, and it is a giant bell in the shape of a flower.
Interesting.
Because it's that obvious.
Yes.
What about you?
Mine is a big council meeting place that's in a giant nut, because my place is called Woodchuck.
That makes sense too.
Yeah, we're full of nuts.
We are.
And we've been Rolling with Reviews. And remember, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can reach out to us on the various social media platforms at
Rolling with 2. That's TWO. We are on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And on YouTube, please like and subscribe.
And if you have time, check out the other content Nanaman has found for you, because remember, he's rolling with you.